Equatorial Guinea. Have you heard of that country? Here's a map. I'm sure you heard about this country, right? Recently. I know many people have never heard about it before until a video emerged online, right? Yeah, a video of a man doing inappropriate things with women in his office. And they found in his computer 400 different women with him doing things in his office for most cases. And these women were being filmed. It was consensual. They wanted it. They were looking at cameras with the look, you know, when you give a look to the camera. And it was shocking because never before anything like this had emerged. Now, how did they find this stuff? We're going to talk about this. I think this is very important so you can understand. They found the footages that were, you know, of that man doing things to these women in his computer because the man is a director general in National Financial Investigation Agency of the Equatorial Guinea. So that's the body is in charge to fight against financial crime and corruption. Okay, so he fights against financial crime and corruption, and unfortunately they accused him of illegalities and fraud as well. So they were going through his computers to check if they could find anything. That is when they discovered 400 different videos with 400 different women in his office. You know, he's just bending them over, and yeah, people's wives, people's sisters. He even had a video with a pregnant woman and a video with his brother's wife. Yeah, his brother's wife. So the government has said something about this, and I think we're going to focus on this. We usually don't talk about nonsense, but we're going to talk about this because BBC Africa has spoken about this, and we're going to base ourselves on what BBC has said. You see people talking about this subject all over the world, you know, Kenyan women talking about it on social media, Tanzanian women, people in Nigeria, Ghana. It's just been crazy. So this is the guy's name, BALTHAZAR or something. You know, he's gone wild. And you must admit a lot of people are fantasizing about this man. A lot of females are, surely. So you can perhaps imagine. Anyway, let's talk about what the government is saying. The government has taken measures against the situation following the outbreak scandal, and the reaction of the authority is very clear. Vice President of the country, Teodoro Nguema Obiang, reacted on a controversy on X. We like to call it Twitter because X just sounds weird. He says, given the abuse that has been shown on social media in Equatorial Guinea in recent days, I'm recalling that ministries are solely and exclusively intended to carry out administrative work to support the deployment of the country. So sexual relations in office are prohibited. Obiang said public servants caught having sex in their office will be subject to severe actions as it is a blatant violation of the code of conduct. So what are they going to do now? They have monitoring mechanism from now on that's already in place, and anyone found to be in breach of this rule again will be subject to disciplinary proceeding for indecency, exposure, and will be dismissed. He also ordered the installation of surveillance cameras in courts and ministries to combat indecent and illicit acts. All right. So is it interesting to see government has reacted to this? Now, the question is very simple. Why is government reacting? Government is reacting. They're trying to do a cleanup, work of a cleanup. They're trying to clean things out because it looks weird that a government of a country, such a high position person could be found in such a scandal, right? So the government has to do something about it to sort of dim things down. Okay, well, now we've installed cameras. Whoever's found, you know, yeah, right. What does it take to switch the camera off? What does it take to speak to the IT guy? Hey, I'm busy. I'm going to give you something. Nothing. But they need to clean up, make things look cleaner, right? This is something that's been occurring for the longest time. You just happen to find out now because maybe somebody had something against this guy and he found the perfect opportunity to throw him under the bus. But this is modus operandi. Did you see those videos? I mean, I didn't look. I just saw pictures. Did you see the look in the face of these women? They were enjoying themselves. So this shows you it's not the first time. In each of them, was definitely not the first time they did that. For you to have that level of comfort. You know how much confidence it takes for a woman to allow a man to record her like that? And especially a married woman. how much confidence does she have in you as a person? And also her playing the role, like, you know, laughing and smiling and looking all that excited on camera. You know, many people think you should be wary of women that are clearly very active, you know, like strippers. You must be very careful about strippers. They probably are doing things with many men. Or slay queens, right? People talk a lot of things about slay queens. No, in fact, these people, strippers and stuff, they do it for the fantasy. They're selling a fantasy. That's what they do. They're selling a fantasy. You should be wary of the girl next door, because you have no idea what she's capable of. It's the girl next door, the one that looks like it's somebody's sister. She just comes from work. You have no idea what she's capable of doing, or what she's done at work, or what she's willing or luring to do. You have no idea. This man took his brother's wife. He took his minister's wife. And this shows you another thing. That 99% of females have price. They have a price. I'm sorry, but you know, they will tell you, yeah, you need to have a good girl. Where are the good girls? Don't these women look like good girls to you? Oh, it must be Christian. Where are the Christians? Don't they look like those normal Christians we see in the street to you? They are. So it's very sad. Let's continue our stuff. Now, who is this BALTHAZAR Ebang Ngonga? Who is this guy? Okay. So the guy is the nephew of the president of the republic. So you think the nephew of the president of the republic will be fired? He won't be fired. They're just going to do something. Maybe they're going to change. They're going to make it sound like, okay, we're going to fire him just for you to be happy. And then they're going to give him another position because it's the nephew of the president. And that's what happens in most African countries. You know, people give each other positions. You give family members. Oh, by the way, the president of this country has been running the country for 42 years plus. He's been in power. He is the president. And guess who the vice president is? His son. This is his son. He always is very busy on Instagram, showing off cars and wealth and travels, hotels, swimming pool, beautiful things. And this guy is his cousin. Now, the vice president is talking about his cousin and say, from now on, we're going to have measures. Do you think, look, that's his cousin. Do you think he didn't have any idea on what his cousin has been doing? His cousin has never said anything, like even throw something like, hey, I was this, like, you think so? He probably knows. Well, he probably does it himself. You know, I'm just saying, maybe not. So what lessons do we have to learn from this? You can't trust anybody. Number one, you cannot trust a person saying, I am trusting you 100%. You can't do that. Your trust should be, you can love somebody. You can give them everything you can possibly provide. You can be very present with them. You can be very kind. You can be very supportive. But you cannot trust another human being at 100% because people do what they want to do. You know, that other gender is loyal to one thing, their feelings. So be very happy when she's around you and she's nice to you. Well, the reason why she's nice to you is not because she loves you. The only reason why she's nice to you is because right now you are perhaps the best interest of hers. Okay, so her feelings are right here. That's why she's here. And I'm not saying you should be nasty. No, just be realistic. Realistically, if anybody could say they were loyal, you would not see divorce after 30 years of marriage, 40 years of marriages. Yeah, because people get divorced for whatever reason. Like, how come you forgot 30 years we've shared together? Well, because my feelings are not here anymore. So you cannot trust somebody 100%. The women that we saw in those videos are independent women. So they're not in need of money. I'm actually thinking like maybe you need dependent women in your life for you to have some sort of surety. Or maybe you need to work very hard, have enough money so your woman doesn't have to work for another man and be subjected to such temptation. Then that's a possibility. But then you have to ask yourself, why would you work so hard just to keep somebody who would go away if she had an opportunity to do something with another person who has more than you? It's not worth it. Protect yourself, guard yourself. Okay, anyway, BBC has spoken about this. I don't talk about these type of things. We don't. But I think it's very interesting because it has revealed the nature that people trying to hide. Oh, we're not all like this. How come one man can knock out 400 human beings who are married, who are pregnant? Where are their values and morals? Where are the values and morals? It's very difficult to say. There's no values and morals. Nobody is faithful to you. They're faithful to you based on what's happening in their hearts right now. But until they're not happy with you, then they will... God bless.